And we are live. This is October 10th, Friday for many of you. So happy Friday. There's some really big, exciting things happening in the world of the lottery. We're also going to jump into your questions here about some of the lottery winners that I interview on this channel, or people in general. It's not just lottery winners, but also let me know, which lottery games do you play if you play the lottery? If you don't play the lottery, that's okay. That is okay. But if you do, which games do you play? Because we have viewers here from all over the world. Some of you play Powerball, Mega Millions, Lotto Max in Canada, Euro Millions, Euro Jackpot. But just today, and we're going to get into there's a huge story having to do with intuition. Someone that followed their intuition and just scored one of the largest jackpots of all time. It was just announced yesterday. So we're going to get into that in a second. But this jackpot is it's getting up there, this Mega Millions in the United States. So let's take a look at this real quick, because this is 575 million. So there it is, over $500 million up for grabs. And this is tonight, October 10th, on Friday. And 575 million, that's the annuitized jackpot. The lump sum, which is the cash option, which most lottery winners, not all, but most of them end up doing after they speak with financial advisors, is just a meager 264.6 million before taxes. That is so much money for one. I mean, it could be multiple tickets, but if it's just one ticket, imagine winning that. How would that feel? That's an important question. And what would you do? What will you do if you win a major jackpot, whether it's this one or another one? And are you playing this game? This is the Mega Millions for tonight, but I know many of you are playing games all over the world if you play. So which lottery games are you playing? Comment in this live chat if you are lucky enough to be here. If this is no longer live, that's okay. Comment below this video. I love checking out your comments. And we want to get to a couple interviews that are coming soon on this channel, just so that you guys are aware, because I am so unbelievably excited about it, because I've been spending practically the last week or two just doing interviews with people. And so now we have a stockpile of them, quite a few interviews. And some of them, we released a testimonial yesterday. Some of them are like that, shorter testimonials, but some of them are with other people. I just interviewed someone yesterday that won, it was $1 million on a scratch ticket, $1 million prize on a scratch ticket. And so that is coming very, very soon. And also, just like the day before that, I think I interviewed someone that won $5 million from the lottery. And her story is really incredible as well, for many reasons. But she also visualized it before it happened and spoke about it. It's interesting. So watch for that. But this and of course we have other interviews too. I interviewed someone that's a near-death experience survivor who went on to become a best-selling author. And I personally find those stories extremely fascinating. So we cover all kinds of stuff on here, from the lottery to intuition to consciousness to manifestation even. So yeah, we have, this chat room is blowing up. But before we even get to the chat, which we will do if you're lucky enough to be here, before we get to that, this news is breaking, because this just came out yesterday. It's the second largest lottery jackpot or Lotto Max jackpot in the history of Canada. Was just won yesterday. I believe it was 75 million, tax-free, by the way, in Canada. And the man's name, David Hatt, won it. And of course, we would love to host him on this show. But that aside, he won the second largest jackpot. And so I'm going to play a real quick video clip from when he was speaking with people on camera about this. And one thing that caught my attention is that he is back, he's describing the day when he purchased this major ticket, and he listened to this inner voice, And I'm not putting words in his mouth. I'm not going to say, oh, that was his intuition. Although I'm really, really into that and interested in that. So I'm not speaking for him, but he said that he listened to this inner voice that told him to go buy this ticket, and then he did, and then he won the second largest jackpot in history. Is that a coincidence or what? Regardless, it is interesting. So let's take a look at a real quick video clip of this, if we can pull this up, of him describing purchasing the ticket and becoming the second largest Lotto Max jackpot winner in Canadian history. Check this out.
3, 2, 1. Congratulations on your $75 million win.
I wanted to go out to the grocery store on the night of the draw, and something told me as I was driving past the gas station I always buy my tickets from, don't forget to get a lotto ticket tonight. And I got a Lotto Max quick pick and didn't think anything of it. The next morning I was in the drive-through getting a coffee, and I said, oh, I guess I should check it. And I checked it on the app, and I thought it said $75,000, which was awesome. And until I realized there were a few more zeros. And then I looked again, and that's when it really hit me, that it was $75 million. First thing I said I got to do is I got to go tell my wife and share the news. And I went home, and I said, listen, I need you to sit down. And I showed her the app, and she said, is that $75 million? And I said, yes. And the first thing we both said to each other right away was, we can help so many people with this amount of money. Number one, we'd like to help our family.
So that is incredible. What do you guys think of that story? What do you guys think about that? Because I mean, it happens all the time, and I've just interviewed several people that have won the lottery just within the last few days. Those interviews are coming soon, and one question I love to ask is like, how did you find out, and what did it feel like the moment that you learned? One person I just interviewed yesterday, in fact, someone found out and they literally passed out on the floor. And I mean, I know that's not the only person that's ever happened to, but it happens. It can be so surreal and just overwhelming. So let me know in this live chat, which lottery games are you playing? If you play the lottery, if you don't play, that's okay too, but do put your questions in the chat or below this video, because we are going to be getting to those as well. And as we speak today, the Powerball is 244 million in the United States. Some of you are playing this game. It's very popular. 244 million. That's a 114.2 million lump sum. Good Lord, that's a fair amount. That's a fair amount. And take a look real quick. Also, while we have these up, while we're pulling up these amounts, and we're going to dive into your questions in a second, but the Euro Millions, 29 million euros for tonight. That is tax-free in many countries that play that game. Not in all, but in many countries. Which lottery games are you playing if you play? And if you don't play, that's okay too, but let me know which games you do play. And let's jump into this live chat here. Powerball, Cash for Life, KD, Powerball, Mega Millions, LG, my princess is home with my wife. She's the protector. Okay, I think I missed the first part, but you have to love a princess. I play both. I play Mega Millions, not too much because it's a bit expensive. So once in a while when it gets to a big jackpot. Jesus Christ King, are you playing the Mega Millions today? Are you playing it? I'm curious because oftentimes when it gets over $500 million, like it is today, oftentimes for some games like Powerball and Mega Millions, I notice that the jackpot goes up much quicker. More people start playing. So I'm curious to see if that is going to happen this time, because the rules changed, of course, a few months ago, and it's $5 for a single line. The odds are, if you listen to the odds, not everyone does. I don't necessarily listen to them, but they're interesting. The odds are a little bit better than they used to be. So, and the multipliers automatically added into it. So that's kind of cool too. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Are you playing that game? My number for Powerball win is 229 million. KD, thank you for your comment, KD. Powerball Mega Millions Super. I won the Mega Millions jackpot tonight. 777 Euro jackpot. Wendy, I see you, Wendy. Euro Millions. Carol, all right. 575 million tonight. That's right, Chris. We were just talking about that. Okay. Helen, hi, Tim. Love Helen, UK. Wish me luck for today's Euro Millions. Experts in business. I absolutely do. I do wish you good luck in the Euro Millions. Absolutely. And it reminds me, one of the people that I just interviewed recently, in fact, this interview might be released next week, is a major lottery winner from the UK. And she won actually in the 90s. So I won the Powerball in 1999. She won a few years before that, like in the 90s. And her life is so inspiring in what she has been through. And I'm so excited to share that interview with you. Perhaps as early as next week, but she won in the UK as well. And I wish you good luck with the Euro Millions. Definitely got my Mega Millions ticket for tonight. Vacationing Cliff is in it to win it. Thanks for your comment. Scratch offs. Who here plays scratch offs if you play the lottery? Because some people, I mean, I just interviewed a couple people that won big that way. It does happen sometimes. Play responsibly if you play, of course. Never spend more than you can afford to lose, and have fun. But it does happen sometimes. I had a very vivid dream. I was holding the big check that's cash for life. Miguel, we are all about dreams on this channel. Thank you for your comment. Because many people do dream about it before it happens. And of course that happened to me, but it happens to several people that I meet and interview quite often, that they have also dreamt about it and then it's happened in real life, which I think when that happens, it's like especially surreal. Because, I mean, imagine that. Maybe this has happened to you where you dream about something, not even the lottery, anything really, and then it happens in real life. Do you think that you're like living in the Matrix, or that it's deja vu, or is it more surreal? Because that's how it feels to me. Tim, I truly don't believe in odds, and I feel so strongly about winning that I keep playing. I expect it. My question to you is, when you expected it, did you ever question it? It would lose heart. That's a very good question, and it's a common question. A lot of people have that question, and I've written about it quite a bit in a book that I'm working on about my experience. But to answer your question, I was disappointed when I lost and when the times that I played and didn't win before I won. I never lost my, the dream was so real. I still thought that I still expected it to happen. I just didn't know when. And so that's how it was for me. So whether you think that's a coincidence or not, I completely respect you, but that's what happened. Justin Alexander, Euro Millions winner. Justin, thanks for your comment. Good luck, everyone. Look at Roxy bringing in the positive energy. I win $4 in a ticket. Roxy, hey, $4 is $4. I'll take that. I think depending on where you win, if you win $4, sometimes it even makes that little jingle, that little song when you redeem the ticket. Even with $4. So, hey. Hi, Tim. Hope you are well. Look forward to when you interview me soon. Graham McFarlane, I look forward to that as well. Thank you so much, Graham. Nice to see you. I play Euro Millions today. Feel good about winning the 29 million jackpot. Yeah, that drawing is coming up in Euro Millions, and so is the Mega Millions tonight. But good luck with the Euro Millions. When you won the lottery, did you know how to invest the money or people to help you invest? I didn't have the first clue about how to invest the money. I had people help me behind the scenes. So even before I turned in the ticket, I think is very important. And I strongly suggest that any of you that are watching this, if this happens to you, that you do the same, because it's very important to do that for most people, because most people aren't financial advisors prior to winning, nor do they know like what to do that, if you win a major prize. I don't know, Tim. I have numbers in my mind. I have certain numbers in my mind, but then I ask myself, Do I need that much do I need that much money? Renee, well, Renee, that sounds very practical, and I really, really appreciate your comment. And you're not alone. I mean, a lot of people feel that way, especially sometimes because we cover sometimes these really large jackpots. Some when it gets to hundreds of millions or over $1 billion in some cases. And one thing from time to time, of course, many more people play and they don't mind that much money, but there are people that say, well, that's just too much money for one person. So you're not alone. Some people do feel that way. And the truth is, happiness comes from within. You don't need to win the lottery to be happy, but it can still be incredibly, amazing, awesome if you do. But either way, do what's you do you. What's best for you? Grabbing my winning just play responsibly if you do play. Grabbing my winning jackpot ticket tonight. I get down funky with the best name ever. My deja vu and intuition is going off the charts. I've seen this all before. Wow. Yeah. Well, you have to love that. I mean, deja vu is very, very interesting. I wish you good luck. I finally caught you live. Blessings to you, Lady Manisis. Thank you. Yes, welcome. This is live. Anything can happen. Today is lucky day. Good luck, everyone. Yes, that's right. Happy birthday, Lily. So Lily, I think I missed Lily's comment, but someone named Lily, it's their birthday today. So happy birthday to Lily. And whoever, let's all wish Lily a happy birthday. And I think we missed here it is. Free blessings, gifted 1 membership. So first of all, someone has just become a member in this live chat thanks to free blessings. It randomly selected someone, which often does happen from time to time, that someone's very generous and they donate a free membership. So whoever you are that received that, congratulations to you. We do members only lives every time and again, but it's way more in depth, and we go through a lot of behind the scenes content of what's happening with this channel. We can really get to every single question. So, and you get access to a lot of videos that aren't available to the general public. So congratulations to whoever that is that just got that, and free blessings. Thank you so much for your support, for supporting this channel. It's my turn to win the jackpot in Euro Millions tonight. Wendy. All right, let's try to get caught up in this chat room. And here is the contest queen. Carolyn Willman is here. She's been a guest on this show before, and she has won, I don't know how many contests she could certainly say, but I don't know if she could. I bet she could say, though, but there's tons of them. She wrote a whole book on it. She's an author, and you should check out her page. Carolyn Willman, the contest queen, and she met Helen Hadsel, and she's been to her house, and she's really it's quite inspiring. So check it out. And it's great to see you here today, working on my accounting, listening, being a responsible entrepreneur. All right, well, it's great to see you, Carolyn. Thank you for being here today. I'm playing Mega Millions tonight. Thank you, Holy Father, in Jesus' name. Lily, I wish you good luck, Lily. I'm not greedy. I'm sharing this all with you so we all win the Mega Millions tonight. Ashley is spreading the love. Your show inspired me to play Powerball in is that South Africa? I'm playing tonight. If that's true, or I might be, well, regardless, I wish you good luck. It's interesting now, because we've been doing this for a while, that I have actually interviewed people that have won major prizes, like multiple people, after being inspired by this channel, by watching it. And always play responsibly, of course. Always do that, and don't even play if you can't afford it. Only play if you want to and you can afford to lose and have fun. But that aside, it's pretty incredible to look back and to constantly be interviewing people. And more often now, I'm hearing people, meeting people that were inspired initially by this channel, maybe by an interview that they watched or something. So if this happens to you, Rex, then come on to this show because we want to hear from you. And even for anyone really that's watching this, we also feature short testimonials if you want to be considered for this podcast. You don't even have to have won the lottery. If you have a story that you want considered that you think is a good fit, maybe you come across sudden wealth, or you have a story with intuition or manifestation or something that aligns with a lot of what we talk about. And speaking of previous, I do want to get to that. I've seen thousands of angel numbers since I played the lottery. Okay, well, yeah, Gavin Burtz. And speaking of previous people that we have interviewed that are very inspiring, Gavin Burtz. Gavin is one of them, and we hosted Gavin here on this podcast as well, and he won a major prize. I believe it was $750,000, but he came on here and told us about his story and what it felt like to win, and it was really an incredible story. But he's here, and he says, I play scratch offs. Just a heads up for California lotto players, Super Lotto drawing tomorrow night will be the 44th draw without a hit. So that's interesting for anyone that is around the area to play that game in Cali. If this is correct, if what Gavin's saying is true, then it's the 44th draw without a hit. That's quite a few drawings without someone winning that particular game, if that is true. So Gavin, thank you so much for your comment, for being here. It's great to see you. Hope you are well. Look forward to when you interview me. See, Graham. All right, Graham. I don't know, Tim. I have numbers in my mind. I have certain numbers in my mind, but then I ask myself, okay, we got to that earlier, Renee, and I appreciate your comment. I'm next in line to win the lottery. The universe has been on my side. June. Yeah. And today is a lucky day. Good luck, everyone. All right, so we are behind in comments because I love these comments, but we've seen a few of them. So let's try to get caught up. I believe I'm going to win. I keep seeing 1111 and 1010. My new apartment number is 111. LOL is crazy. Nisha time. Nisha. Well, Nisha, some of you are into signs like this, whether it's numbers or something like this. You're thinking about something and then it just happens in your life, or you have a dream about something, precognitive dreams that happens to some people. It happens to me. And these types of things are extremely interesting. And so I did make a list of signs that happen to people oftentimes before major life changes, and not just the lottery, but like anything. And that I found from my experience and from a lot of people I've met and interviewed. I made a free list of it and I pinned it in the comments. So if you're interested in that, you guys should check it out. Tim, I'm so excited to meet you someday and be on your show. God bless. Randall, God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Randall. I don't really have lucky numbers. I just need my spiritual guardian to choose for me. Date Earthbounder, spiritual guardian. Do you guys believe in spiritual guardians? Do you believe in that sort of thing? I do. But it's interesting. And I actually just interviewed someone that had a near-death experience just a few days ago, and he was a neurosurgeon. So he came from the medical background, and he was a neurosurgeon, and then he had this experience, this near-death experience, and he came back and recovered and wrote a very popular book. But it's not about the book, it's about sharing his experience, and is very inspirational. So especially from the medical background, explaining that with the brain, because some people think that it's just our brain that does that. When you die, that everything shuts off, and he does not believe that, and it's very interesting. And we're still wishing Lily a happy birthday. So big shout out to Lily for her birthday. 5 memberships. Christy Enard, Internal Awake. Christy, who is already a member, just gifted 5 memberships. So 5 more people here have just become members. So congratulations to whoever that is. And Christy, thank you very much for your support and for donating. It's very generous of you. So here's positive wishes and blessings to you, Christy. Thank you very much. And everyone should give a big shout out to Christy for doing that. You should put chat on screen overlay. KD, who's a member. Thank you, KD. I appreciate that. Oh, I think you mean put the chat on the screen so that people can see the chat on the actual screen down here. So maybe we will do that. I will look into that. Yes, that was very generous. Hi, Tim. Everyone, glad to make a live. Jade, yes, and it is live. It's exciting. And Jesus Christ King gifted another membership. So there's so many memberships being donated today. And this happens every once in a while that memberships are donated. So many. Yes, Contest Queen. So thank you, Jesus Christ King, and blessings to you. Blessings to you. Thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. All the membership gifts and the supers are incredibly, I'm just so grateful. So thank you very much. It really means a lot. The time between your dreams and winning the lottery, what was your favorite memory between those two? So between the time of having the dream and actually winning, what was my favorite memory? Well, it wasn't very much time. It was about 3 months. So the favorite memory, mostly what I did in those days, I worked almost every single day. And I actually, part of me dreaded it because I didn't want to be spending all my time there. But on the other hand, I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the social scene. Like it sounds kind of weird if you haven't experienced that, but even as a gas station clerk making a little over minimum wage, like I can't tell you how many people, like friends I made and how many people I dated from working there, and just the social aspect of it. So I enjoyed it, that part of it. So those are probably some of my favorite memories. I'm playing for the first time tonight. I am 54 years old and woke up feeling it today. Melody. All right, Melody. Well, I wish you good luck. And it's interesting. Every once in a while, I see people in the media who win on their very first ticket. And when that happens, it's quite remarkable, but it does happen from time to time. Hey, Tim, I look forward to reading your Jacob. Well, I'm excited to share the book with you. And right now we are in the process of figuring out if we're going to self-publish or go the traditional publishing route. There's different. I was just going to self-publish. I was kind of sold on that, but now I'm kind of wavering. So it's quite possible that we get a traditional publisher. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But I am super excited to share that with you. Like you said, Tim, money will not make you happy, but it will give you the financial freedom to create your own happiness. Joshua Lane, thank you for your comment. Yeah, because happiness does come from within. It comes from within, not from something external. And I'm so passionate about that. It's so true. And but money can be really positive too. It tends to magnify personalities, is what I've found. Who you are on the inside can oftentimes become magnified. How is the person whose biggest jackpot you've interviewed? Who is the person who's? I think you're asking, Graham. Thank you for your question. I think you're asking who's the biggest jackpot winner, like the largest prize that's been won for a person that I've interviewed so far, I think is what you're asking. I've interviewed several people that have won over 100 million. So which one has won the most out of those people? I'm not quite sure off the top of my head, but it's a good question. I will look into that. I've interviewed several people that have won over 100 million jackpot. So Neil Trotter, for example, he won Euro Millions. Cynthia Stafford, who won 112 million. There's a family, someone that I interviewed whose family won 165 million, I believe, or right around there, and other people too. Those just are on the top of my head. I will win the Mega Millions tonight. Hello from Arizona. I will be on your show soon. Hello in Arizona. I wish you good luck. And look at this. This is a $4.99 super from Jay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Thanks for your support, Jay. Let's give a big shout out to Jay right now. Thank you, Jay. Seems like two pots are growing slower. 44 drawings go ups be over 1 billion tickets. $5. They claim this would be bigger pots go up 20. So I think, Jay, what you're saying, I think you're commenting on the Mega Millions, and a single line on the Mega Millions in the United States is $5 now for a single line since, I believe, April. And the odds got a little bit better. But yeah, so you're asking why there's so many drawings and it's not going up as quickly as you thought that it would. And so I don't, of course, I'm not affiliated with the Mega Millions at all, so I can't really comment on their ticket sales. I don't really know what's going on with the ticket sales at all, so I can't really speculate too much on that. But one factor that I think a lot of people don't take into account, because I didn't too much until this last major Powerball prize in the United States that got over $1 billion just a few weeks ago. And one thing that was very interesting about that, because I think it went beyond the number of jackpots for the 2.04 billion prize that was won a couple years before that was the world record. And it still wasn't 2.4 billion. So what I'm getting at is that the interest rates right now are not as high, which is another factor that a lot of people don't. And I meant ticket sales, of course, they do matter. But also the interest rates really do matter as well. And they're not as high. Higher interest rates, higher jackpots quicker, because they're on annuities, and the annuities are based on interest rates. So hopefully that's a factor that some people, at least I didn't really take into account too much until this last Powerball drawing, when I really dug into it. I was like, why is this not going up? It still went up. It's like over 1 billion, but it wasn't as high. And that's one of the reasons. So, but Jay, that's an excellent question, and I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate the very generous super too. And if you are playing, then I wish you good luck, so much luck. So thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. All right. So does anybody else go crazy when they need one later? Does anybody else go crazy when you need that one later on the crossword scratchers? Oh, one letter. So you're saying, yeah. So if you're missing just like one letter and you're playing a scratch off and you just need one letter, I mean, that's like teasing you. Yeah. I can understand how you could feel like you're going crazy with that. I definitely believe, but to me, they're angels. But so I think you're talking about spiritual guides. We were asking about that earlier, and you're saying, if I'm reading this correctly, that you believe they're angels, but maybe you can see your loved ones who passed because you're close to heaven. My grandma was naming her angels in her deathbed. Well, that's interesting, because if you speak to people like nurses or people that work at hospices and places like that, they have all kinds of stories. And there are all kinds of people that, even if they're in sort of a cognitive decline, and this even happened to a relative that I know that had like Alzheimer's and that sort of thing, but it happens to a lot of people. And right before they pass away, all of a sudden they start seeing people that aren't there and talking to them and that sort of thing. Like people that had passed away years ago, but they see them like they're just right there. It's interesting. Chris Kaduski with a $5 super. Chris, thank you very much. You are too kind. Thank you so much. That is really generous of you. I really appreciate that. He says, I felt like I was going to win the Mega 3 weeks ago, ended up winning 1,500, one number away from 3 million, but I haven't felt like I would since. Well, congratulations on your 1,500. That's still pretty awesome to win 1,500 on a lottery ticket. So congratulations to you. And but so close to 3 million. And that tells you, I mean, it just shows you that it's like it can it can happen out of the blue, and it does. It's called sudden wealth for a reason. It's very sudden. And even if you expect for it to happen, like if you've had a dream about it and you believe it's going to happen like I did, or you're really into manifestation, or you just have these signs, or for one reason or another you just think it's going to happen, then it's still sudden and it can still be shocking. And it's but yeah, so I completely get where you're coming from, Chris. And thank you so much for sharing your story. And lastly, if you want to share your story, potentially, we are recording short testimonials of people's stories, and it's not about the amount that you win; it's about the story. So if you want to be considered for that, feel free to email my team. The email address is on the about page of this YouTube channel. But I love it, and congratulations on the 1,500, and thank you so much for the very generous super. I really appreciate that. It really means a lot. Mega Millions and Powerball. Jeannie Bell is playing Mega Millions and Powerball. That's awesome. Okay. Tim, unsure if you remember, but I had you guess my baby's gender. Well, as per my dreams, it's a girl. Last night, my husband and I dreamt we won the lottery. Third time we dreamt on the same night. Positive Pam 649. Thank you very much for the update. I do remember that comment. I remember you asking what is going to be the gender of the baby, and I remember saying what I thought it would be, not knowing anything about. And I guess I guessed right. I guess what I said was the correct gender. If I don't remember exactly what I said, I just said what I felt, and so. That's good, but you also had a dream about winning the lottery. The third time we went on the same, so that's incredible. And per my dreams, and congratulations on the baby girl too. Whether the girl is here, like born now or not, I'm not quite sure, but that is sounds like truly a blessing. So positive, Pam. And I love your name, and thank you so much for the update and for the very, very thoughtful comment. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It's great to see you. Mega finally getting up there. It is finally. It's been a little bit, but I mean, yeah, 575 million annuitized jackpot, so over $500 million. And the way this typically goes, anyway, is that once it gets over like around this amount, it goes up much quicker. We'll have to see what happens with this, but that's what oftentimes happens. So I won't be surprised if it continues to go up like pretty quicker than normal, but we'll have to see. I play Powerball, Cash 5, rarely Mega Millions because $5 is crazy work. All right, that's amazing. Congratulations. And what do we have? Yeah, we have a few more minutes here. I won the Mega Millions jackpot today. My journey is becoming multimillionaire tonight. Ready for my next endeavor. Bill, thank you. I love your show. So unique. City Hall, thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. Whenever I feel the power of winning, I imagine what I'd invest in and who'd I'd gift the money to. Mario, thank you for being a member. And that reminds me, Mario, so I've interviewed several lottery winners just within the last few days. And so you guys will see, not just lottery winners, as I was speaking of. I've interviewed a near-death experience survivor and other people that are extremely fascinating. But with these lottery winners, one thing that I've noticed with some of them, not all of them, but some of them, is that they did imagine it before it happened. One person used to drive by the lottery office every day and envision it and think about it and even say it out loud and that sort of thing. And someone else like had this on their vision board and said this was going to happen, and then it did. So when those types of things happen, or another person told other people, like, I'm going to win this exact amount. She didn't even know the jackpot amount, and then she won that exact amount. So stories like that are extremely interesting. I'm already happy. I just need the money. Jeannie Bell. Jeannie, thank you for your comment. I wish you good luck. This is my I don't want luxury. I want adventure. Date Earthbounder. Yeah, I mean, I completely respect that. I completely respect that. I love Cynthia Stafford's story. Jesus Christ King, thank you for your comment. And yeah, I did interview Cynthia Stafford twice on this channel. She's very much into the law of attraction, and also she's a firm believer in God, for people that are into that. I hope I win the lottery tonight. Pokey, all right. How many tickets did you win when you? How many tickets did you buy when you won the Powerball in 1999? For me, it was one ticket. One ticket. On your most recent video, when she said she pauses the video and answers herself, I do the same. Whenever these people talk, it's like I know what they're going to say because they reflect a part of me coming. Dizzy. So Dizzy, yeah. So we released a short testimonial a day or two ago with someone. She didn't win the lottery, but she came across sudden wealth in a different way, and it was 20,000. But she believes in manifestation and that sort of thing. So her story was very interesting and inspiring. But one thing that she did was she used to play different interviews and things on this particular channel, and she envisioned herself, she felt herself being the person that was being interviewed and being asked questions. And so I think, I can't speak for her, but I think after doing that and then being on this show, I think it was very surreal. But she shared that, so I think that's what you're referring to. But thank you so much for your question. I'm from Colorado, the U.S. state of Colorado. I'm winning this jackpot. Look out for Colorado jackpot winners. I will keep on the lookout for Colorado winners. We've interviewed one person who won the lottery in Colorado so far that won a pick 3 game, I think it was. But we're going to be interviewing more, and it could be you. I wish you good luck. Thanks for your comment. I think the payouts are bigger as well. I won $40 recently from Mega Millions. It might be the small payouts that slowed down the climb. So you're saying that you play this game, the Mega Millions, and that you won $40 recently. So congratulations on that. But yeah, so the multiplier is added into the price of the ticket. And that's one thing about the cost of the ticket that went up in April. The multiplier is there automatically. So if you do win more than you used to. So that is certainly true. But you're saying that the small payouts might have slowed the climb. I don't know if that's really the case. As we spoke about earlier, at least with the annuitized jackpot, the interest rates are lower. So that also is a factor. And I can't really speculate too much on ticket sales because I don't know what those are like. But yeah, it's interesting, and I really appreciate your question. And I wish you good luck if you're playing. Hello in New Orleans, Jeannie Bell. Jeannie Bell, hello in New Orleans. Always fun to hear and see comments on your live chat. I recently won 1,690 with Mega Millions last week, and it was awesome and great surprising experience. I'm so grateful. Wow, Art L. Well, thanks for sharing your experience, and congratulations on your win. If you want to be considered for a short testimonial, Art L, then email my team. It's on the About page of this YouTube channel, but we are recording. I've recorded a few of them now, and we're going to continue to record short testimonials for experiences just like this. So if you want to be considered, email my team for consideration. Do you ever still think about how crazy it is that you won the Powerball? Do I still think about it's, well, because I'm doing this podcast and I speak with the media quite often, different media outlets. So I do think about it and I'm writing a book about it. I've actually already written it and it's now being edited. So I guess the answer to that is yes. And it is crazy, especially when you take a step back and look at it kind of in retrospect, but it does happen. And I'm testament, and so are so many people I meet and interview on this channel. Like, it does happen to real people, and it is sudden, just like we were talking about earlier. Sudden wealth. It does happen. Are there rules on tour? But play responsibly if you play the lottery. I'm not encouraging you to play. I'm just saying that it is possible. Are there rules on tourists winning the Powerball Mega Millions? Could I come over on a holiday next year, either and win either jackpot and take it back home? A bit of a long shot, I know. Graham McFarlane. That's a good question, Graham. The answer to that is yes for these games in the US. The rules are that if you are from a different country, you can still win. If you come to the United States and you play and you win, then you can still win. You don't have to be a citizen. So that's true. I think the ticket sales are down. They started giving raffle tickets for anyone spending $5 on Mega. Where is this? Where is this happening? Thank you for your comment. I've not heard of that, but thank you for being a member and thanks for your comment. Also, I invest in stocks and ETBs and probably a Trader Joe's. I have Athens, Georgia. Date Earthbounder. Thank you for your comment. Look at this 555, the lucky fives super right here from Adam, the car guy, tuning in from Arkansas. I will be your next big jackpot winner. Be ready for me. 10 dreams, synchronicities every day, huge energy. It's mine. Adam, the car guy. Speaking of energy, I love your energy. I love your energy. And I wish you so much luck. You've had 10 dreams, synchronicities, and yeah, I mean, play responsibly, but it sounds like, and look at that, the synchronicity right there, 555, the lucky fives. Adam, the car guy, I wish you so much luck. Thank you very much for your support for this channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I genuinely, sincerely wish you good luck. So thank you very much, Adam, the car guy, for your support. Let's try to, okay. Hi, Timothy. My question is that you had it said previously purchased your winning ticket on the day of the draw. Do you think that can make a difference? And have you continued to do that? Candace Collins. Candace, my opinion is that it's best to do it when it feels best to you, because it should be a fun experience. That's part of the fun of, even if you do play the lottery, that's part of the fun, is like it should be something you enjoy. So for me, it always has felt best the day of. And so, I mean, and that's what happened to me. So maybe I'm a little bit biased. I know people do win playing other days too, but that feels best to me. So if I'm to buy a ticket, usually it's, and I don't play like every drawing or anything like that, but if I do play, then it's usually the day of, because it feels best to me. But there's no right or wrong answer. It's what feels best to you. I had a dream I've won the lottery a few months ago. Do you think it can still happen? Poke Lance. Well, hey, anything's possible. And I meet and interview people all the time that have dreamt about it before it's happened in real life. So yes, it's completely possible. And there are people that have dreamt about it that have won the very next day. There are people that have dreamt about it and won like 10 years later. So the timing, people get so caught up in the timing, but I don't think the time matters as much as we think about that, if that makes sense. I think if it's going to happen, it will happen at the right time, in divine timing. That's what I believe, but I respect everyone's opinion and always play responsibly if you play. And here is, do you plan on trying to get an interview with the winner who had their winnings withheld from them in Texas lottery because they bought their tickets on the jackpot app? Fatira, thank you. That's a good question. It's a really interesting story. And yeah, I would be interested in interviewing this person. Absolutely. So thank you very much. And here is a $9.99 super. This is so meaningful because I won the lottery in 1999. So whenever I see these nines lining up, it's especially meaningful and very, very generous. So thank you very much. City Hall, who says, love your show. I already won. Just waiting for my check to materialize. See you soon. City Hall, thank you. And I wish you good luck. That is very, very thoughtful of you with the $9.99 super. And yeah, and I mean, we would love to host you on this show. Play responsibly, but hey, I mean, I wish you good luck. Seriously. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support. The very, very generous super. I really appreciate that. I dreamed the lottery, winning the lottery a couple of months ago. Do you think okay, we got to that. I bought a $20 scratch off and I won my $20 back. Lily, well, that's a big deal. If you spend 20 and you get 20 back. Thank you, Lily, for sharing that. A win is a win. And that means, yeah, you got your money back. All it takes is one ticket. Jacob H. That is so true, Jacob. Thank you for being a member of this channel too. All it takes is one ticket. As cliche as it sounds, all it takes, one ticket. It's really all it takes. When I worked at the gas station, sometimes when the jackpot got super high, and even today, this last $1 billion jackpot, I was standing in line and I saw one person that he purchased, I don't know how many hundreds, maybe even 1,000. I don't know how many tickets, but he spent like so much money on it with all these tickets, like this huge stack of tickets, and they just kept printing and printing and printing. But when you're talking about these games like Euro Millions or Powerball or Mega Millions or Lotto Max, you're talking about these big games like this. I don't think, unless you're in a pool and you're doing it like in that way, but if you're just doing it yourself, then I don't think, you don't, one ticket is all it takes. You're not substantially increasing your odds by purchasing so many tickets. All it takes is one. That's my opinion anyway. But if you want to purchase tons of tickets and you can afford to lose that much, then hey, more power to you. I hope my family wins because, well, look at this. But why Tate? First of all, we have to just stop everything we're doing right now because this is a 99.99 super. So we were just talking about this because I won the lottery in 1999. And this is extremely, extremely generous, but also extremely meaningful with all of these nines. And this is incredible. Y Tate, who says, I hope my family wins because we really need the help. We are happy, but we definitely need a blessing and wouldn't mind sharing the pot with another family or two. Also, I had a dream last night that me and my family had won big and we were celebrating somewhere. I didn't know. Wow. So you had a dream just last night that your family had won big. So this is real fresh in your mind, I assume, if this just happened and that you were celebrating somewhere new. And that is amazing. Well, first of all, I love hearing stories like that with dreams and when it does happen in this reality where the dream does happen, it's especially surreal and it does happen. Like some people win that way, but always play responsibly. But why Tate? It sounds like it could really be. Sounds like that would really be a huge blessing for you and perhaps your family. So I definitely, absolutely, sincerely wish you so much luck. Thank you very much for the extremely, extremely generous super for $99.99 and very symbolic. I really, really appreciate it. And I wish you and your family blessings and happiness. Always play responsibly, but hey, dream big as well and always play responsibly. But I wish you so much luck. Thank you very much for your support. It really means a lot. So blessings to you. Thank you. Wow, we're live. Yes, we are live. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So awesome. Happy birthday. Your son also. Okay. We were celebrating Lily's birthday earlier. I don't know if Lily's still here. For people who win but want to remain anonymous, what are some believable explanations they've used to account for sudden wealth? One explanation can be like crypto or Bitcoin, because that's a way that some people have come across sudden wealth. Another explanation can be an inheritance. Another thing that you can do is to not, overly put it out there. Maybe you don't have this brand new Porsche where you're living in a place where nobody drives that type of car. Maybe you don't, there's certain things like that you can do to make sure you don't like stick out, I would say, depending on where you are. So there's those types of things, believable explanations. So yeah, I think it's important to, if you want to remain anonymous and that happens to you, it's important to come up with like a plan and a story of what to tell people, because inevitably there will be people that, oftentimes for a lot of people, that ask like, so how do you afford, or what do you do? That's a common thing that people ask. So what do you do? Because it's just like small talk when you just meet somebody. So yeah, what do you do? So you should have something in mind to say about that. And if you want to come onto this podcast and still remain anonymous, you can do that too, because we have, just within the last few days, I've interviewed 2 or 3 people that are appearing anonymously, and we are going to, we blur their image. In some cases, depending, it's the request of the guest whether we do it. In some cases, we disguise voices. No one's come on in a costume yet, but I'm waiting for that day because I think that would be exciting too. So thank you so much for your comment. Okay, let's get back to, might grab a Mega Millions ticket later. I won a settlement for 1.1 million. London. Well, London. That's, 1.1 million. Yeah, amazing. If you have a story you think might be a good fit for this podcast, then feel free to email my team. The email address is on the About page. Keep up the good work. Lots of interviews. I'm the next Lotto winner, Mr. T. Randy Smith. Thank you, Randy, for your support. Might grab a Mega Millions ticket tonight. Dinka, if you do, I wish you good luck if you do. I'll come back to let you guys know about me winning the Mega tonight. I will use the lawyer you always talk to, Tika Faya LLC. All right. Well, I look forward to that. And it's important, if you do win, to get a attorney, an estate attorney, actually. At least, you should talk to some people if you win a big jackpot. It's important, behind the scenes, before you redeem the ticket. A bird pooped on my head when I was 7. It's taken all my life to start receiving the luck. Well, what kind of a bird was that it took all your life to receive the luck from the bird poop? Because in some cultures, it is good luck for a boop. This is what happens in lives. Anything can happen. For a bird to poop on you, and some cultures that is good luck. And I found that out when I was interviewing people one time, and it happened to me. And then all these people said I should buy a lottery ticket. So it is good luck in some places. But what kind of a bird takes years for the luck to come to you if they poop on you? Because that's the type of bird where you need to bring an umbrella with you. Hi, Tim. Great to see you live. But now the luck has come to you, so I'm happy about that. That's amazing. Great to see you live. Do you have plans for the weekend? Nathan, plans for the weekend. Well, Nathan, should I be playing this Mega Millions? Or here's a game, this Powerball, 244 million in the United States. 244 million is what it's up to. That's tomorrow night in the US. I know people here from all over the world playing different jackpots, but that is 244 million. So that is going up rather quickly too. Should I be playing that one? I don't know. Are you playing that? What am I doing though? I don't know. That's one thing I'm considering. Time I manifested my Jeep Wrangler. I sat it every day and felt driving it, got approved for the 3rd try, and now the Jeep owner, but I knew it would happen. Devon, so you're talking about your intuition, I believe, or maybe manifestation, but regardless, it's all kind of connected, where you feel that you knew it was going to happen before it did. And I really resonate with that, because that type of thing happens to me all the time, where you just know something's going to happen before it does. Has that ever happened to you guys? Some of you I know has. Great to see you live. Do you have any? All right, we got to that. Nathan, thank you very much for being a member. Congratulations to everyone. Who wants a taste of new sharpening knife for Halloween? Ex Ghostface. All right. Yeah, so Halloween is coming up soon, and we have a lot of fun on Halloween on this channel. So if you guys, it happens to be on a Friday this year, which is usually we do lives on Fridays more often than not. So we will have a very special live on this channel on Halloween. That is for sure. So watch out for that. Great to see you live. Why does that comment keep coming up? It's great to see you too. Is there a way to stay anonymous for my kids? Adam the Car Guy. Adam the Car Guy, thank you for being a member for 6 months. That's half of a year. You're like a veteran. Thank you so much for your comment. Is there a way to stay anonymous? Well, oftentimes there is. It depends upon where you purchase the ticket because the rules vary. Like if it's in the US, for example, it depends upon the state. And there are different countries have different rules also. So it depends upon where you purchase the ticket. But oftentimes the answer is yes, it just depends. But it's a good question. But even if you have to claim it publicly, there are ways to then try to stay as anonymous as possible. Scot-free, did you swim through any of your money like Scrooge McDuck? Scot-free. I love that visual, just envisioning swimming through money. So I like where you're going with that. I did not do that. No, I did not. But I like that. We were talking about Halloween earlier, so maybe that would be something we could do. Do you agree with Mark Houghton? I've interviewed Mark Houghton a couple times. I guess you'd have to sit. What are we talking about? Agreeing with him about what? I guess that's my question before I answer that question. But thank you very much. He's very interesting. He's very into quantum mechanics and intuition and remote viewing and a lot of things we talk about sometimes on this channel. I'm taking the annuity. City Hall is taking the annuity. Yeah, I respect that. I've interviewed people that have taken the annuity and we're very happy. Most people, though, they take the lump sum if they have the choice, which, I mean, you do if you're in the US. That's kind of what it is, the lump sum or the annuity in a lot of the big games. Here's the super. Do you agree with Mark Houghton that you should forget about your desire because I know that you actively thought about it and wanted it really bad? What do you think is the right thing to do? Willie, thanks for your question. Thanks for the very thoughtful $9.99 super and for your support. That really, truly is very thoughtful of you. Thank you very much, Willie, for that. It really means a lot. And to answer your question, you're asking, forget about your desire because you know that you actively. So I'm not going to comment on what Mark does or doesn't believe about that because he's not here to answer for himself. I have interviewed him, I think 3 times over the past few years, and it's very interesting. I'm so into all this stuff, intuition, mindset, consciousness, connection with source, whether you call it your higher self or something else, in quantum physics. So I'm really interested in that stuff, and so is he. So I'm not going to comment on what he thinks or doesn't think, but for what I think, forget about your desire because you know that you actively thought about it and wanted it really bad. So I guess I don't know the context of where you're coming from, but what I can say from looking at your comment here is that forget about, I mean, I don't think I forgot about the desire. I didn't forget about the desire of wanting to win, but it wasn't a place of I have to win right now. It was a place of I felt like I was going to win. I felt like it was going to happen because the dream convinced me that it was real. So there was a letting go, and there was a release for people that are into this, into manifestation or intuition and that sort of thing, or believe that we're connected to source. For me, there was a letting go. And so there wasn't resistance. It was just like, I believe that it's going to happen and it will happen when it's going to happen. It's like, it's connected to a source that's beyond me or connected. It's not my ego that's making the shots here. So it wasn't like an act of desperation. Hopefully that makes, it wasn't like I couldn't use the money though. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying an act of, it wasn't like I had to have it like right then. I didn't know when, but I believed it was going to happen. And some of you watching this think this all is just like woo-woo coincidence stuff. And that's okay. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm just trying to answer this question. And that's how it felt to me. So hopefully that answers your question, but I really appreciate it. The question, and for the very, very generous and thoughtful super. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And Jay with the 199 super. Jay, you always had option to play multi, now forced. Jay, whoops, show that. You always had the so Jay, thank you for the 199 supers. Thank you very much, and thank you for being a member of this channel. Yes, so with this game, Mega Millions in the United States, now the Megaplier, which I think is what you are referring to, is automatically in the price of the ticket. So the price has increased. They have placed the Megaplier into the ticket. So if you win even a small prize, you win more than you would have if they didn't do that. So that is what they did. So the price is higher. For one line, it's $5. So I think that's what you're talking about. But Jay, thank you very much for the, also with the nines, the 199. This is like the day of the nines. Jay, thank you very much. And if you are playing, whether it's this game or another game, if you are playing, I genuinely wish you good luck. Thank you very, very much for your support. I really appreciate it, and for your comment. And we're just about out of time. We've been on here for quite a while, but does the lawyer you interviewed in the US would take a lottery winner from the UK? Custom Motors, thanks for your comment. I do not know. That would be a question. That would be a question for him. So, and that's one thing. I mean, it never hurts to ask, and that's, of course, an important thing to do if you're seeking an attorney, whether you win the lottery or you want an attorney for something else. It's important to ask different questions like, what is your experience? What is your rate? This is my situation. This is what I'm trying to do. Can you help me? And then get a feel for their personality and their experience and their rate. And then you can even compare different people. So you're not, especially if you win a major prize, and you can compare that and see who has the most experience, who do you like best, who's giving you the most fair rate, the rate that you feel is fair, and go from there. So, yeah. So I do have to get going, but I do want to thank each and every one of you for being here today, for your comments. And if I missed your comment, I apologize. I can't get to most of them, but I try to get to all that I can. We do lives from time to time, typically on Fridays. There's so many new interviews coming soon on this channel with several lottery winners, also a near-death experience survivor, and some people that are really into consciousness and intuition and that sort of thing that we were talking about today, as well as major winners. And the next lottery winner interview is likely someone that won a major prize from the UK in the 90s. Her story is so inspirational, and I am just, I cannot wait to share it with you guys. But if you play the lottery, always, play responsibly, never spend more than you can afford, have fun, dream big. Anything and everything is possible. I really appreciate your support, and thank you for all of the generous supers, including all the 9 supers and the 99.99. That is so incredibly symbolic and meaningful. So thank you guys very much. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you soon.